is Casey from Casey's Customs. This video we're going to be continuing our 1965 International truck build. We focus on getting the front end all finished up, making all our plates so that our Impala front suspension is solid. Then we also get the rear end mounted from the Impala, and then we throw the front clip on to see how everything looks. Let's get going. So I got it trimmed. It's still not at the final. I wanted to leave about an inch for play. That way I can you just want to kind of gradually get to it, because before you know it, you'll cut and then you're an inch short and you're going to have to just make a bunch of shit. But look at this. I mean, friggin' tractor shit. Look at the plates on the side of that. That's 3/8 plate. I mean, that is thick shit. It was like for little pissy bushings. I mean, there was nothing super solid. Like I said in my other video, the steering, the shifter linkage, which, you know, can be sheet metal or just nothing, it was 3/8 plate. And then, not only was it 3/8 plate, it was another 3/8 angle iron bolted to it. So, I mean, you're talking like a half inch, just so thick as shit. Pain in the ass. Damn tractor company making trucks. But we should be kind of closer now, so I'm going to kind of inch up to it. I think, not 100% sure until I figure it out, but I think I might have to go back like another inch or a half an inch. And then what we'll do is I'll grind a bunch of bare metal, because you don't want to weld to rust. And then we will start taking our new plates and tying this shit together. Something like that. You know, this, I'll most likely cut this corner off, because this is where the frame started to bow. Most likely cut that off so I can just put a flat plate there. But we gotta see how close we are first. You could, in theory, since this is technically my new frame, you could in theory just cut it a foot back, because you're gonna be making your own pieces. But you don't want, the closer it is together, you know, and then this basically just turns into one long weld, which is just super strong, instead of, you know, like actually having it like this. That's not super strong. You know, that's not great. Obviously, I would never do that, but I'm just saying that's why I want these two to be butted up together. And then, well, this is a 12-inch piece. I'll essentially get 6 inches of weld this way, 6 inches of weld this way. You turn that joint into one giant gusset plate, and it'll be, you know, twice as strong as it was from the factory. All right, let's cut. It is attached, and it is square. We did 2 cross measurements, one to the A-arm, one to the other A-arm, and then one all the way up here. They were perfect. Wheelbase is dead nuts. 29 5/8, that's exactly where I'm at. Absolutely perfect, absolutely perfect. And the big thing with this one, because we're not dropping it, we're not raising it, we just wanted to look how it looked before. And the only thing I don't love is it's about 2 inches higher than stock right now. Now, I should have all that, whenever the weight of the truck is on it, the engine's back in it, that should be my 2 inches. But that's the only thing I don't like, is not having an exact measurement on that, because anytime you're doing frames, you know, you really have all your levels out. You know, I've had 4 levels on this thing every which way to make sure everything's perfect, and it is. The only thing I don't love is, like I said, I think I'm about 2 inches higher than stock right now, but 1,000 pounds worth of motor and transmission should drop all that, but that's my only variable I have right now. So also, not only is it level front to back, it's level side to side. So you make sure, you know, you have your jack stands everywhere they need to be. So looks good. I went ahead and just tack welded it so it wouldn't move anywhere on me. Everything is where it needs to be. And what we'll start doing now is, now I know it's not going to walk on me, we can start making our pieces. We can start making everything strong, essentially. Originally, I had thought I could kind of get one of these on there, but I can't make this cut up as high as I want. So what I'm going to do is end up putting a bend in one of these plates to make that. And then this one, same thing. It's not, I didn't get as much as I want. But originally, I was going to try and connect it to that, but I don't need to be able to get to that. So I'm actually going to take this all the way up to here, get a big weld in right there, and then bend that so I can get a full weld on that back plate. So a lot of little stupid shit like that, but it will be plenty strong. And the way my cuts ended up lining up, especially on this side, I got about a 1/4 inch gap on that one. Especially on this side, I actually got a full weld of them touching each other, which is pretty damn good. So coming together. Starting to actually look like something. So, there's definitely some old grease and oil in the frame. Look at the fucking smoke. Oh my God. Here's the fun thing about making frames out of thick plate. It took me 30 minutes to cut this and bend it, put the bends in it, and then I don't even have a weld yet, I just tacked it. 30 minutes. And this isn't even super heavy duty shit. It just takes forever. You can't bend it, can't do anything. The good news is it looks great. Looks really good. So, I mean, when that's all welded and blended, and then this piece will come across here, just gonna be great. All right, I'm done for today. I'm tired. This thing's pissing me off.
The next day.
We got the U-bolts in, and where are they at? Where are they at? Oh, shit. Where'd I put the... well, this... Oh, I was standing on them. I'm an idiot. I got the perches, too, so we're going to go ahead and cut these off. I'm not done with the front yet, not by any means, but this Suburban needs to get out of the shop, and I obviously need to be able to roll this out, so we're going to go ahead and get the rear end put in. And I'll probably do one more plate on the other side. That way I know everything is solid and it won't move on me. And I can roll this one outside. I'd roll this one up here and then get the Suburban out. It's going to a mechanic. My buddy's a mechanic who's been helping me out here. His name's Thomas Torch. Just call him Torch. That's going to Torch's house. He's going to finish up the last little bullshit for me. Rubber, just all kinds of stuff. And I keep having so much problems with it. And I think he can get it done a lot faster. So, I don't know why I told you all that. Anyways, we're gonna jump off from the front, go back here, get this rear end put up in there, and then we'll put another plate on the passenger or the driver's side. Hopefully we can roll this bad boy outside, but let's cut some shit. I had to do the old weld two sockets together trick because the U-bolts are so long. I couldn't really get a wrench up in there, but good news is, let me bring you in. The good news is, well, the bad news is I'm missing a piece. There's actually a piece that goes up here that holds these from wanting to walk, and it also ties them into that bolt. But I wanted to show you, these are the perches I had, and you can see everything is ground smooth. This is how I like to do them. I don't know, maybe there's a different way. That's how I've always done it. Put them in there, get everything adjusted, tighten your leaf springs down, and then check your pinion angle, because technically this kind of still moves if it's loose. And then what you can do is go in here and weld this, and then you know everything is perfect because it's, you know, it's actually bolted in the way it's going to sit in the truck. You can also check your side to side, you know, if it's too far one way or the other. You can check everything before you have to, and then bolt it up in there. You can weld it, and then obviously unbolt it and get a better weld on it whenever it's outside of the truck. This is a really nice way that I like to do them. I need to find the upper piece that goes up here. I have one. Here it is. I have one, but it's rusted. I didn't really want to use it, but you can see what it does is it actually gives somewhere for those U-bolts to ride while also centering it on that bolt. That way it can't really walk on you. They don't really walk anyway, but it's a little bit better. But I'm going to order some new of these because I don't love these. and I want them to be a little bit higher too, so they can grab on here. I could also technically run a squared U-bolt, which I might end up doing that as well, so it kind of ties it all together. But for now, this works perfect. This will let me weld that perch. I'm not going to weld that perch yet because I don't have the right, my degree finders at my other shop to set my pinion angle perfect. But what I did want to do is get all this bolted in because I can throw wheels on this now and roll it outside. You obviously couldn't put any real weight on it. You couldn't drive it like this or anything like that. But it's perfect to roll it outside because, like I said before, trying to get that Suburban to a mechanic's. What we're going to do now, since that's taken care of, is we need to get the front clip attached a little bit better. Obviously, I'm not going to get it completely done, but I want to get some more plates on. I went ahead and got one more on this side. So now I have both of my sides, and what I want to do is I want to get the insides boxed too. Then I can take it off the jack stands and we can roll it outside. But everything is perfect. Everything is leveled exactly where it needs to be. I really don't want to take it off the jack stands and have anything wiggle on me. So we're going to beat this up real quick, push it outside so we can get that outside, and then we'll push it all in here, and then we'll finish up boxing up the frame, and then we'll go ahead and finish up welding those perches, and we'll get some more parts ordered. This is a real pain in the ass. These plates just, they're huge. I mean, I can't bend them, so I'm having to make relief cuts and then bend them over in the vise and then weld the relief cut. It's a whole thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys along with the other piece I need to put on that side, while that one's cooling. And then we can hopefully take it off jack stands and nothing breaks, but let's see. It is actually on its own weight. Look at that. Our plates are holding good. You can kind of see what I need to do. Obviously, I need to do a bunch more welding. I will grind all these big, globby, ugly welds on top, and then this will just have one of these flat pieces on it. Right there, my bad. But you can see what we're going for. You just have to start boxing it all in, just like I did. See? It'll be a smoother transition now, too, you know, instead of as crazy as it was. Now it's kind of like that. Put a piece here, and then a piece up on the bottom. The piece on the bottom is going to be a real pain in the ass, so I will probably do it. I'll jack the car up, I'll jack the frame up as high as I can, get up under there and start piecing it together. But these are our main structure ones, so they're really important. And what I'll probably do is I'll end up doing fish plates as well. So just as like another level of oh shit. You know, this is plenty strong, but I always overbuild everything. I'm going to throw these rear wheels on and see if we can't roll the bitch. All right, moment of truth. It's on her own wheels, look at that. So, took a measurement, the camera cut out there, but took a measurement. I'm at 16 inches high. I was, I think, 14 and a half. I'll have to check my notes, which means I'm up about 1.5 inches. But the good news is these tires are about 1 inch taller than the old ones. So we are within 1 inch, 1/2 inch of the stock height, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Looks like our wheels are centered. Cunt hair forward, it looks like, but I believe they were cunt hair forward from when it was still stock, which is kind of a thing. If you start looking, it blew my mind when I first started doing like chassis and stuff. You start looking at wheelbases on original trucks and shit, they're actually off. They're usually a little forward or a little back, but I think we're good there. Good news is I haven't welded anything on that, so if it does need slid, I can. I'm just waiting on some little perches, but she's on her own. This is new, updated Caprice Impala suspension and axle and shit. So sweet. Cool, man. We got it rolling, rolled it outside. The Suburban is now at my buddy's mechanic shop. He's finishing up some stuff for us so we can finally get that all buttoned up and finished up into the customer. But I said before, I just wanted to get this done so I could roll it in and out. That's out of the way. It doesn't need to move anymore, so we're going to get it back up on jack stands. Great news. We rolled it around a little bit. Nothing shifted at all. I did all my cross measurements. Everything is still perfect. Everything is good. Wheelbase is perfect. So that's awesome. But I do want to jack it up to get the weight off of the front end, because if it has weight on it while I'm welding it, stuff can kind of, you know, move around a little bit, and I don't want any of that. I don't want to weld any of this stuff and then have it tweak. But what we're gonna do right now is grind the tops of all of these welds and put our plates on the very top. Look at these big old bastards. They are not easy to move around. They are not easy to cut. I got a top on that one. This one will go right here. Right there. Bend it a little bit more, but you can see getting the tops on. And then what I gotta do, I gotta fill in 2 little pieces on each side. I tried to make it in one big piece, but it didn't work. The main thing I needed to have in one piece was this bend, because that's transitioning from the old frame to the new frame. Let's do some welding. I'm gonna weld these plates on first, and then I'll make those little pissy side plates on each side. Okay, listen.
Listen, Linda. Linda, listen.
I just want to put it up there to make sure that the wheels are good, that they fit in the fucking thing. You're trying to ham it up. Okay.
Now let's throw it on there.
But listen, I want to use the fucking radiator support because it'll bolt up here. So I want to see what I have for room. I need to take measurements. Let's put the fucking thing on. Jesus Christ. Ooh, it's actually double dropping.
Is that a decent?
Oh wow, it's sitting on the... What am I hitting? Why am I hitting? Oh! Hit the front of the screen.
That's a big opening here. Not good, not good.
Oh, yeah! Well, mine got lucky and had that work. I wasn't planning on using that.
What's the gap doing at the bottom of the fender?
It's open a little bit.
Okay, that's your problem.
So it's hot, right?
It's hot, it needs to go down.
So I will have to end up cutting that. The bad thing about that is, I don't think that one's gonna work. Because that goes way up here. So
Yeah.
that's not gonna work.
Okay, what you need to do?
Have to make my own mounts. The wheel looks perfect. Super excited how that looked with the front clip on. It was a little bit high, but I will be completely honest. I never thought anything from the front clip would be sitting on these. I assumed all this would be cut back here and I would be making mounts for the front end. It sits right on these frames perfect, but the core support, radiator, holder, all that is not gonna work at all because it's way up here, and this is basically the end of the hood, so there's just no way. My radiator needs to be way in here, so I'm gonna have to make all new mounts for the radiator, but that's fine. Not too worried about it. I am pretty excited that I can pretty much just cut back here, and then that front clip will sit on here naturally, which is awesome. You know, obviously I'll make a mount for it. If I remember right, yeah, this one just had one center mount, so that's even easier. We'll just run a bar across, and then we'll have our one center mount, and then all the mounts in the back. So, awesome. Bad news, I did break the welder, so I pulled on my lead, and it actually snapped that, so I gotta buy a whole new lead for this welder. So, we're gonna probably call this a video now since I broke the welder. I'll probably go ahead and cut these. Whenever I had it up there, I marked where I needed to cut for the front clip to just sit on there without this being in the way. Right there, and then right there on the other side. Cut those, and we're gonna call this an episode, baby.
You got me down again.
Thank you guys very much for watching. I wanted to go a little bit farther with this video before I called it an end. But with me breaking the welder, we're gonna have to wait for at least a week for that part to come in, so I'll go ahead and wrap this one up here. I am excited that I got the front clip put on. It looks really nice. I'm happy that the frame rails on the Impala are actually gonna end up working out fine, and I'm not gonna have to fabricate nearly as much as I thought I was going to hold that front clip on. So stay tuned. In the next episode, we're gonna get the rest of the frame welded up. We're gonna get our front clip put on. We're probably gonna throw the motor and transmission in. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace.